We're gathering around the table today with Sarah McCann. She knows Jess Clerk, and Jess was on my podcast years ago, but Sarah was on my podcast around this time last year to talk about fashion in episode 136. But I'm honored to have you here again, Sarah. And so, do you want to reintroduce yourself, and is there anything new and exciting since the last time we chatted?
Hello, I'm so glad to be back again. I had so much fun the last time, so I'm honored as well that you invited me to come back again. So I am Sarah, and I was talking about fashion last time because one of my many hats that I wear, I am a fashion content creator. I am also a mom of two and an elementary school teacher, and I own an aesthetics business as well. So since last time, I don't think there's a whole lot new. I know we were talking a lot about like summer projects. Well, guess what? The summer projects have become now this summer projects because they never got done. So yeah, not a whole lot new in my world. How about you?
Literally nothing. Nothing.
I guess that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, right. But you're from Canada. What part of Canada? What's the part of Canada known for, like food-wise?
So I'm in Nova Scotia, and I would say like lobster is one of our big things. And also, more specifically, I am near Halifax, and we are known for donaires,
What is
actually.
that?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't even know if you know what that is.
Americans?
Yeah, yeah. So it's a little bit like shawarma, kind
Um,
of. So, like meat in a wrapped
Sandwich, yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But I think what sets it apart is the sauce. So donair sauce is a white sauce. It's kind of sweet. And
Mhm.
if I'm being totally honest, I don't actually like them that much.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So I am talking about it as someone who's maybe had one once in my
Wow.
life. Yeah,
Wow. Well,
yeah.
like we were talking about earlier, it's rainy in Chicago. It's snow alert for you guys up in Canada, but we were talking like we need some sunshine in this episode. So we're going to be spending more time outside come summer. And therefore, I wanted to talk about taking care of your skin in the sun and maybe about your aesthetic business as well, your metaesthetic business. But first, what is metaesthetics and what drew you to this field of work?
So aesthetics in general is really when people are seeking treatments to enhance their appearance and often to make themselves feel better as well. So the branch that is called med aesthetics specifically combine is has the same goal, but uses more medical knowledge and technology to achieve those results. So like a traditional aesthetics would be like a regular facial or, waxing, eyebrow shaping, that kind of thing. And metaesthetics is more like injectables, laser treatments, microneedling, and that sort of thing. So the goal is often to enhance your appearance, but on a deeper, treating things on a deeper level. And what drew me to it is, as I was just saying a minute ago, I really like the idea of helping people feel better about themselves through, ensuring that they look their best.
And then you do that through your fashion too, your fashion content creation. So it all kind of ties them
Mhm.
together, I feel like.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's it did feel like it goes naturally together. And
Yeah.
overall, my sort of goal and mission is, help women. I say women, but typically it's more often women that do
Yeah.
these, but it is certainly not exclusively. But yeah, to enhance women's self-esteem through making sure that they look and feel their very best.
So you've had men come in too, and you've treated men?
Yeah, yeah, actually.
Really?
So one of the services that I provide is laser hair removal. So I
Mm.
have actually done some mostly backs, men's laser removal on
Yeah.
the back. Yeah, that seems
Interesting.
clear. Yeah.
Well, I want to talk about the sun because it's getting summertime. Why is it important to protect your skin from the sun?
So we all love the sun and we all
Mhm.
want to be out in it. However, it is quite damaging to your skin when left unprotected. Prolonged UV exposure from the sun, as you probably have already heard, is related to skin cancer,
Yeah.
which can actually be deadly, although if treated early, it is very treatable. But even on a less, extreme level, sun exposure is related also to premature aging, like wrinkles, age spots on your skin. and it can damage collagen and elastin, so cause sagging and, effects that many of us would prefer not to have our skin go through before it's time.
And so you mentioned UV rays, and I want to talk about that, and I want to talk about sunscreen. What is UV rays? Like, how do you keep an eye on it? Why is that important to keep an eye on it?
Yeah, so UV rays are invisible rays that are emitted by the sun or from artificial sources like tanning beds. And they are what cause the cellular damage. So they actually penetrate into your DNA and damage cells that way. Now, a lot of weather reports now include a UV report. So that's one way that you can see, okay, what's the situation like today? They do have, high alert for UV versus low, but even when it is cloudy, they are still a factor.
Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
yeah, many people do not wear sunscreen when it is cloudy out or when it is raining, but the UV rays are still working on your skin and causing damage even then. So it's
Yeah.
to wear sunscreen every day, even if you really are not a fan, which a lot of people don't love applying it every day.
So sunscreen is important. Let's talk about the sunscreen. Do you prefer the cream, the spray? Is there a difference? Does it matter?
That's a great, great question. So they are both really useful in their own way. Typically, the creams are good for a first application because they are usually more visible. So you can see that you've got every spot and you can apply them more evenly. Now, the spray itself is better for reapplication later because sometimes you are not entirely sure that you're applying it evenly when you put it on. And I use it that way when we were just on vacation and we all put on our cream in the morning and then later on in the day we took the spray with us just for a quick reapplication. I find it really good for my kids. It's easier to spray them than than it is. However, in like you can inhale the fumes from it. So I personally prefer cream, but spray has its uses also.
And I don't know if it's a thing in Canada like it is in America, but there's like, oh, non-toxic or the fumes or everything. Is there more natural ways to protect your skin from the sun?
Yeah, for sure. So definitely in Canada, I have seen all kinds of discussions about that. And I've even seen some pretty extreme, like people making their own sunscreen.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Now that's this, the algorithm started
Yeah.
down that track, and I was like, oh, okay, interesting. So then I also started to see a lot of dermatologists coming back about that and saying, no, 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 do not, that is not the
Make
way
your
to go.
own.
Yeah, do not make your own sunscreen. So there are, actual dermatologist tested sunscreens that are a more natural option. So sunscreens can be either mineral or chemical. So the mineral sunscreens, they're typically a little bit thicker in texture. So some people are not a huge fan of that. And they, in the past, could leave like a white cast, which people weren't a fan of. But I have found they've gotten much better. So mineral sunscreens protect your skin by blocking the rays using natural minerals like zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. Whereas the chemical sunscreens, they contain ingredients like avobenzone, octosalate, and chemical names like that, that they function a little bit differently. They actually absorb the rays themselves rather than blocking them. So there is some risk that, the chemicals are absorbing into your bloodstream with those ones. So I personally look for a mineral sunscreen, but again, some people don't like the white cast or whatever. So chemical one is better than nothing. Like if you're more likely to wear the chemical one because it's easier to apply, then it's better than not wearing any.
Yeah. So how do you know when the skin or when the sun is damaging your skin? Like, can you tell? Can you feel it? Can you see it?
Well, the most obvious uh, symptom, I guess, would be sunburn,
Mm.
which I don't know about you, but I burn really, really easily. So I have always been a firm believer in sunscreen for that reason. But yeah, sunburn, like as soon as you start to get red, you can feel the Sometimes quite quickly you can already feel that, oh, wait a minute, I just, like, for example, one time I kind of gave myself a little scratch and I was like, oh, that already is feeling a little
Mhm.
bit burned even before any redness showed up. However, even tanning, if you're not one to burn, just the darkening of your skin is a sign that, some sun damage is being done,
Yeah.
because when you're exposed to those UV rays, melanin is produced as a protective factor. So melanin is the pigment in your skin. So once that is starting to darken, then you have had some damage to your skin. Now, that's more in the short term. Over long term, some signs of sun damage include like leathery textured skin, again, the premature aging factors, sunspots, like some people get quite a lot of sunspots, and sagging and loss of elasticity in the skin over time.
The tanning is bad? What?
I mean, I don't love the word bad, because I know everyone wants that tan
Yeah.
look. Like, again, that from a young age, I too was like, I'm so pale, I need to get a tan, but I it just didn't work for me. Like, my skin just doesn't tan.
Yeah.
So I quickly learned that, there's no point in even trying. Um, yeah, so I mean, tanning's not amazing. Yeah, I hate to say.
Well, I want to
Yeah.
talk about tanning beds or the self-tanner cream or whatever. Is that bad? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, tanning beds, yes, actually increase your risk of skin cancer significantly. Like, I was shocked. I looked up a percentage the other day, and I feel like it was between, I'm trying to find the note that I made about it. I feel like it was between 59 and 75% increase in your risk of developing skin cancer if you use the tanning bed before the age of, I think it was 30, maybe. I'll have to look up those stats again, but yeah, tanning beds are not great because they use UV rays, and you're literally just in there, no protection at
Yeah.
all, like baking in the UV rays. So not amazing. However, self tanner
Yeah.
is a great alternative.
Really?
Yeah, self tanner typically is a much, much better alternative. And again, I think those have gotten better over time as well. Like, I never even tried one until I think last year, maybe, because I was afraid of the whole streaky,
Yeah.
orangey thing. But I used one last year that I quite liked, and it looked pretty natural, even for like pale skinned me. I did not look alarmingly dark or alarmingly orange
Yeah.
or anything. So, yeah, so self tanner, if you still like that tan look, is the way to go.
Is it good for your skin?
They can be,
Okay.
actually. They can be. Yeah, the ones that are being made now that I've seen also have a lot of skincare ingredients infused in them. And again, I'm sure that there are better versions than others. I haven't done a lot of research into brands or anything, but yeah, there are some out there now that also have skin benefits like moisturizers and that kind of thing infused.
Well, you mentioned sunburns. I want to talk about that. They look uncomfortable. They feel uncomfortable. Why else are they bad for your skin?
So yeah, they are very uncomfortable. As someone who grew up in the 80s before sunscreen was really like non-negotiable, I've had many in my day. And yeah, so they are bad in that they cause all that discomfort. But as we talked about earlier, they, increase your risk of skin cancer. And the aging, the damage to your skin is significant with sunburn, especially, again, there was a stat that it was kind of alarming. Like, even if you only have two sunburns a year, like two bad sunburns a year, then it automatically increases your risk of the negative effects, even with just two. And I mean, I don't know if you had the same childhood experience, but I was sunburned like repeatedly every
Hmm.
summer, and that was just normal. So, oh, and they can also they can contribute to dehydration too, because when you are sunburned, the fluid in your body goes to your skin to help it heal. And then the rest of your body, isn't getting the fluid that it needs. So they can result in dehydration.
You just led us into the next question about drinking water. I feel like, oh, you're at the beach,
Oh,
oh, you're
perfect.
outside or whatever. Drink all the water. You can't get dehydrated. Talk to us about the water aspect.
Yeah, so drinking water can actually help. It can help with the dehydration, and it also, if you have a sunburn, it can help your body to heal that sunburn more quickly. So yeah, drinking water, and I'm finding like drinking water is basically the solution to every single
Everything
health,
right.
everything. Just drink water all the time to solve every problem that your body might have.
It is so funny. You're talking about this, and I'm thinking about one of the second graders at my school. They're going to Belize or Africa or somewhere fancy for their spring break. And she's like, yeah, I already know I'm going to get sunburned. It's fine. I'm like, you're in second grade. Girl, wear some sunscreen. Take care of
Oh,
yourself. She's literally
oh
in
my
second grade and is like, yeah, I'm just ready for my sunburn. I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah. I thought the kids these days knew a little better than that because their parents had, like, I
Yeah,
mean,
right.
my kids, I'm constantly harping on them about put on your sunscreen, reapply. And they do still get little patches of burns here and there that we've missed,
It's
but
magical.
overall, we try to prevent that.
Let's talk about the shade. And I'm sure if you can, you would sit in the shade, right? But for someone who, like we said, wants to get tan, let's talk about the shade. Sit in the shade, I guess, it's the answer to everything.
Yeah, I mean, that does help. Obviously, if like any sun filtering in, like if your source of shade is trees, you're still going to get some UV
Yeah.
through. Like it's not a perfect system. And even some sources of shade, like fabric, if your source of shade is fabric, it should also be UV protective because UV rays can penetrate through fabrics also.
I never knew that. So there's UV protected fabrics, really?
Yeah, yeah. You might
Oh,
see on, like, if you look at the tags of bathing suits and hats in particular, and I've even seen some shirts, you can get clothing that is made with UV protected fabric.
well, again, you just led us right into our next section. You're great at this. You're into fashion. We talked about
Segues.
that in episode 136. But I see recommendations about wearing pants and long sleeves. Is it practical? Is it not practical? You're just gonna sit there and sweat, right? I'm not showing up to the beach in flowy pants and a long sleeve shirt, and I get like, oh, don't wear black. You gotta wear lighter colors and all that stuff. So tell us about that.
Yeah, that's so funny that you would say that because I am that girl that goes
Really?
to the beach. Yes. Yeah, I look ridiculous. Not all the time, like, but there have been days that I've gone to the beach in a full-on, like, long shirt and long pants, and I'm the only person sitting there
Yeah,
fully
right.
clothed. Yeah, well, um, so yeah, it can be extreme if you don't mind, because I'm also someone who has typically run cold, so it doesn't
Mm.
bother me that much. Like, I like to be warm, and I'm okay with sweating a little. I would rather that than being cold. So I do advise if you can tolerate it, wearing the long pants and or at least like, there's also like rash guard. I don't
Yeah,
know if you
we do.
know
Yeah,
what that,
yeah.
the shirt. Yeah. So, and some of them are quite cute. Like I actually have one from NYX. It's part of like the bottom it's just a regular bikini bottom, but then there's a little sleeved top that is UV protective and it's quite cute. It doesn't cover, my belly is still a little bit
Yeah.
exposed and my legs would still be exposed, but for me, like my shoulders are quite susceptible to sunburn. I often get sunburn there, so it does prevent certain parts of your body from that. And another important thing to note with the fabric, though, you mentioned dark versus light clothing. You can get burned through clothing. And counterintuitive to the heat factor, you're right, dark clothing will make you feel hotter, but it also absorbs more of the UV rays. So for sun
Ooh.
protect, dark is actually better than light.
What?
Yeah.
Mind blown.
No. Yeah. I know. I was fascinated when I learned that too.
Well, now I want to know, like, what's the average temperature that your summers get? I want to do the calculus to
Oh,
Fahrenheit, see how hot.
so I am super bad with Fahrenheit. Like when you said earlier about 40 versus 70, I was like,
Yeah.
I have no idea what that means.
Well, now I want to do the research. I'm gonna Google it here. What's your
Okay.
average Celsius? temperature, do you know?
So Nova Scotia is funny because it is so variable. Like we can have summers that are quite cold or even days that are quite cold. And then the next day it's like 30 degrees. But typically I would say like, you know, evening temperature can even get down to like 10 degrees Celsius. But in the day, it's usually more like 20 up to 30 is like considered pretty hot here.
Okay, so 10 degrees Celsius is 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
So that,
Yeah.
I mean, well, then let's see. I feel like ours is, I don't know, I'm gonna give us an average of 80 degrees Celsius. Oh, that's 100. No, wait, that's not right. I want to go Fahrenheit to, I was like, that cannot be
I
170
cannot be.
something.
No.
80 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius. Oh, it's 26. So I feel
Yeah.
like our averages are 26 degrees
Okay.
Celsius. So it's definitely colder in Canada than it would be
A
like
little bit, a little
in
bit, but
Illinois.
it is
Yeah.
getting, climate change. It is getting warmer and warmer. Like when I was younger, it was pretty much unheard of for it to get to 30 degrees here. And the last few summers, we've had like multiple days that it has been that, and we're often not prepared. Like
Mm,
I don't have air conditioning in my house. Like lots of people do now have heat
yeah.
pump air conditioning, but we don't have it. So we just, are hot and uncomfortable.
You don't even have fans, just close all the windows, turn a fan on.
Well, we do have fan. We do have fans. They just
Okay.
don't find them that effective.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk about hats. I don't know. Are you a big hat person?
I didn't used to be.
Really?
No, I thought I looked ridiculous in every hat. And again, back to the fashion thing, like as I started to get more comfortable with branching out with fashion, I started trying hats again. And I was like, oh, you know what? It was just in my head that I look bad in hats. Like I now think I look fine in hats. And even if I don't care. I'm going to wear it anyway because it's cute or it is sun protective.
Yeah. Because I just saw some influence on Instagram was like, oh, I'm not a hat girl. My head just doesn't work with hats. So that's why I didn't know that this was a thing. I thought everyone just wore them
Yeah.
or they
Oh,
didn't
that's
wear them.
interesting. I mean, I think I have no idea who you're talking about,
Yeah.
obviously, but I think it's probably just in her head, and she probably could be a hat girl if she found the right hat. Because the other
Interesting.
thing, they a lot of them are sized. Like I have a very small head. So for a while I thought, oh, my head's too small to wear hats, but you just need to find one that fits you properly.
All right. Last question. I want to talk about sunglasses. I wear glasses, but with a prescription in my sunglasses. So it's inconvenient because I can't just go to the store and buy $10 pair of sunglasses. But I don't know, I like them. They protect my eyes from the sun. So I want to talk about
Yeah.
that. Not only do they help you from squinting, but I was reading that they can protect your eyes from UV rays, cataracts, and the skin around your eyes. Tell me about sunglasses.
Yeah, absolutely. Sunglasses are a huge, huge bonus and overlooked. I think not enough people wear them often enough. Again, I am very well, I have an eye condition that I really have to wear sunglasses and I'm very sensitive to light. So I wear them even on cloudy, rainy days. Like some days I will go into work with my sunglasses on and it's raining out. And I think everyone is like, what are you doing? Anyway, but lots of people I see out in the sun without any sunglasses. And my kids they don't like to wear them, so they don't wear them nearly enough. But yeah, everyone should be wearing sunglasses, definitely on sunny days when you're outside, for sure, all the time. Now, again, there are better sunglasses than others, like the $10 cheapy ones that you're talking about
Mm.
may not have the protection that really is going to help a lot. I mean, the dark lens would still help to a degree, but really like sunglasses that are going to actually protect your eyes should be 100% UVA, UVB protective, which sometimes is labeled as UV 400. But if it doesn't say 100% UVA, UVB, I would steer away and look for ones that do, because you can get relatively inexpensive. I think a pair that I have was just from Amazon, maybe, and they're like $25, but they have that label on them. And polarized is also a good label to look for because it prevents glare. So
Would it say that on the tag, or do you have to like go research the brand
no,
that
it
you're
would
gonna
say
buy?
on the tag,
Okay.
or sometimes even just on the arm of the sunglasses.
Yeah.
Or like if you're buying them from somewhere like Amazon, it should say in the description
Yeah.
whether it has that or not.
And your kids don't like to wear sunglasses? What?
Yeah, it's a bit of a fight, especially, well, they like to swim a lot.
Oh,
So when they're getting in the water, they don't want to have them on their face. Oh, and same with
yeah.
hats. They don't want to wear hats in the pool. But yeah, it's it's a struggle.
That's a good point. What do you do when you know you want to go swimming? You want to put your head under the water?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're under the water, don't
Don't-
wear your
Yeah.
hat and sunglasses. But like if I'm not a big swimmer, so I just kind of bob around at the surface with my hat and my
Right.
sunglasses on. So yeah, I mean, I would say if you're actually going to swim, leave those aside, but then
Yeah.
as soon as you're able to put them back on.
Well, I don't know. Are we missing anything before we wrap up here? Anything I missed? Any other important tips?
I think you covered it all.
Yay! That's awesome.
You did your research.
Thank you. Thanks. All right. Where can our listeners connect with you? Because you have the Metaesthetic account, Instagram account, and the fashion account, I believe. So tell us about that.
Yeah, that's right. So I have to admit, my Metaesthetics account has kind of gone by the wayside a little bit.
Oh no.
Um, so probably the place would be my regular account, which is starry sky underscore style. And I'm under that handle on Instagram and also on TikTok a little bit now, less often, but yeah.
Ooh, you're on TikTok.
I joined TikTok.
What's that? Are you just you're just branching into a whole new
Yeah,
world
well,
there?
I mean, I did join TikTok a long time ago, but I never really posted
Posted,
anything
yeah.
there. Um, but I have been finding Instagram is not amazing for reach lately
Oh,
and engagement. Like, yeah, so I was like, well, maybe I'll try TikTok and just see what happens.
so the reach must be better on TikTok then.
I mean, it's easier to get people to engage with
Mm,
content that don't know you. Like I find the people that follow me or know me already on Instagram, they're more than happy to like interact and
yeah.
connect, share feedback. But people who aren't following me or don't know me, it's harder to get those people to actually comment or engage with your content. But on TikTok, more kind of strangers are more likely to engage.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate this coming on right before Easter, right before the craziness of the summer. So
Well, thank you. It was lovely to talk to you again.